guest is a judge on Food Network's Kitchen Inferno, and today he is here showing us how to make classic salmon ceviche. Please welcome back one of our favorite chefs ever, Mr. Daniel Green. Welcome back, Daniel. We love it when you're here. We always have such a good time. It's a true story.
Thank you.
So today you're kind of not cooking.
No, I like to do that, so that's it.
It's kind of a no-cook sort of dish. So we're making salmon ceviche.
Yeah.
So I think one of the daunting things of making ceviche, especially salmon ceviche, when you're making it, is to get that thick layer of the skin off the salmon. Sure. And you say, don't be afraid. It's not as daunting as it seems.
It isn't. I think people get very nervous about using raw fish, but in today's world, we eat so much. We've got sushi and now poke bowls are everywhere.
Yes.
So, it's something we're used to, and at home, it's a very easy thing to do. Salmon does normally come on the skin. So what you want to do is you just want to gently pull it, take a big knife, and take off.
To be as good as you?
You know what?
Wait, you made that look easy.
It was pretty easy. And then the other side, you actually pull the skin. You actually pull the skin and let the knife kind of glide.
Wow.
And it takes it off like that.
Whoa! That was amazing. So go down the middle first to get a...
Otherwise you don't get a grip.
Yes.
Yeah, so do that this easy. Now, we want to make very, very thin slices.
Okay.
And what I want to show you is, this is where we kind of go into more of the safety part of it.
Well, it becomes like a science experiment, really.
Well, almost.
Yeah.
Because, we get a bit scared, but the thing is, we know when we cook food, that it kills bacteria.
Yes.
But using lemon juice is an acidity, and we do this in the restaurant business, in the airline business. So what happens is it keeps things in, it cures it. So it doesn't quite cook it because that's heat, but it cures it, and you can almost see it change colour.
Yeah, and it does eventually start to change color.
It does. It penetrates. That's why we want thin slices, so it penetrates through.
And how long does that have to sit to be safe?
I would say you could put it in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes, and then it's really penetrated through that quick.
Right. And the reason that fish was prepared this way back in the day is because they didn't have refrigeration.
Exactly.
So as opposed to dousing it in salt, like a lot of other, like with meat, you cure meat that way. You do this.
Well, funnily enough, from Greek cuisine and also Italian, they do seafood, but they with it with olive oil. So olive oil is a great way to preserve, but lemon juice is another way. And again, Mexico, in Peru, you've got heat and you've got a worry with the heat. So what we'll do is we've got this cubed up salmon, and we're just going to really drench it, lots and lots of lemon juice, and there's a lovely flavour.
Is there any specific salmon you should use?
I really like the Atlantic salmon.
Okay.
The Alaskan is a little bit flaky. I don't love it raw. I think the Atlantic is my
favorite. The best.
But you use any other kind of fish, or
you really can, and there's so many different kinds. I went to a restaurant recently, and it was a ceviche by Asian with tuna, and you can do anything. Scallops is a great one.
Yeah.
Really?
Scallops is
yes,
beautiful.
they do that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Raw. Well,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Raw with a bit of lemon juice. But I'll tell you the best way, if anyone's a little bit nervous, do shrimp that are cooked.
Right.
And that way, you still get all the flavours and the feeling, but it's still almost as simple.
And would you do a thick cut?
No, thin.
You want it thin. You don't want it thick.
Well, because you want it to penetrate through.
To get through. Perfect.
So the more that happens, the better. Now, another tip very quickly, avocado and seafood is like a marriage in heaven. It's beautiful. It just works. Yeah. Again, this is what we always do, especially when design menus for airlines. You've got to have avocado that look good because they can turn really quick. So that acidity is going to keep it looking good. Do that before you even add it.
Because avocado goes brown like that.
Yeah. Really. What airline is this that is serving like that? Southwest is Filipino.
Yeah, Delta, not
wow.
It was Cathay Pacific, and there was caviar on top.
Yeah, you have no idea. If you're going on those long haul flights across the world, you really get treated well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what else are we going to flavor this ceviche with? I mean, I guess you could pretty much put anything in it. A lot of ceviche has tomatoes.
You could do that. Again, it depends how spicy you want on the spice level.
Okay.
This is jalapeno pepper, and it's chopped. But remember, the seeds is where all the spice is. So if you want to make it and kick it up a bit, you can make these really spicy. I love them spicy.
Yeah,
I like the little Thai chilies because they've got all that
nice.
meat.
Yeah.
And then we've got cilantro, which just gives it that beautiful freshness.
And also takes out some of the heat.
It takes out the heat.
Doesn't it?
Yep. And then we've got sliced onion, which I just love raw. But you slice this really thin. That's
okay.
The slice it really thin. Give this a good mix.
And then
this
the
is
salt.
just heaven.
Is it?
It's so good.
I haven't even
I'm
so transfixed.
It's good.
And do you know
So good.
The one thing I love about what you said is it tastes like heaven, but it's guilt-free.
Yeah.
Where do we get food that is skinny and carb-free and low-fat?
I mean, and this is so good for you. Nothing in here is bad for you.
Nothing.
It's all super healthy.
Super healthy.
And then usually you'd have ceviche, and I love that you put the olive oil on top. You know how I love my olive oil. But ceviche would usually be served with tortillas, but you've decided to put it in an endive.
Well, you know what? just what we were saying about how if you can create food with flavor without the fat, we don't want to let it down by then doing the tortillas that kind of have got all the fat and the deep fried.
Right.
So why not try something else? You could do a radicchio, you could do endive, and then it's kind of great for hors d'oeuvres. It looks good, but I've got another trick which makes it look like restaurant food.
And not only that, this makes it taste like you're doing something bad, but it's not.
It isn't.
This is a
What is
creamy
it?
avocado sauce, but just wait to hear what's in it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get any of
I've got
that.
some left over.
It looks good.
Let me go like this.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to put a little on here. This is avocado, and it is just pureed with a little bit of broth, vegetable broth. It looks like, you've got to try it. It looks like a creamy mayonnaise, but it is absolutely guilt-free, and it has such
really good.
flavor.
It's so beautiful. I want to put that on everything.
But Daniel, I have a question about the ceviche as far as safety. I've always been confused. So once you make it, does it have to stay refrigerated? Can it come out? Like, because you're eating this on hot days. I've never known.
I would definitely say refrigerate it.
Yeah.
And then right from the refrigerator to the
It's
table.
the best way.
Yeah.
And also what you could do, let's say you were doing a party and you had this out with the endives, you could put it on a bowl of ice. So always keep it as cold as you can.
That's great. This is wonderful.